know she's crazy, but I only wanna be with you. You think I'm shady cause I'm out here trying to make some moves, but it ain't like that. Just know that I'll be right back. I give you all my time just to let you know you're mine. It ain't nothing. Promise I'ma do it all to give you something. This love I got is only for you. You're my comfort, my future husband. I'ma give you all my heart, yeah, all of it, yeah. Baby, I know that I gotta come fix it. You the only nigga that I be missing. Swear I'm coming home to give you the business. Turn off my phone, it can leave me a message. I'ma just cover your body with kisses, kisses. Rub your body down, you know that I miss it, miss it.
Glasses in the air, toast to a higher power. Cause what you tuning into right now is Lito's Happy Hour. Lito's Happy Hour, this is where it's at. Raw and uncut, we giving real facts. Educating, entertaining all the people. And when it come to podcasts, it ain't nothing equal. Giving people knowledge they can put in action. All the way authentic, we ain't never capping. Exclusive interviews, cause we ain't never lacking. The other state is talking and we bout the action. Glasses in the air, toast to a higher power. This is Lito's Happy Hour.
By myself, well, really not really. I know for the love of money, know these niggas might kill me. Know this game get dirty, but the chain stay filthy. Focus on the Billy, for I thought about making millies. Whole bunch of millies in my semi, he ain't friendly. Wishing for a burner, have to burn you like Timmy. Niggas super fairy folk for him like Wendy's. Send them to the Lord for they wings, grab a 10-piece. I was getting brain from a dame out in Tempe. If a motherfucker tempt me, I'ma squeeze it till it's empty. P, he be the truth, get my due just like the Rippy. Or you get evicted, tryna twist it, you can't spin me. Bitch, I'm guy with the go, you should go with the flow. And feelings aside, I get high, they get low. I'm a bomb in my bag about to blow. I can see my name in lights, but not me losing my soul. It's P. Ooh. Pass me the lighter, nigga. Pass me the fire, nigga.
Welcome to Happy Hour with Lito. I'm your host. Today I got a special guest. You know what I'm saying? It's one of my homeboys. Shoot, from a long time. How long we been on each other, bro? It's been a long time.
Oh, they go back to the 90s.
Yeah.
And that says a lot.
Yeah, facts. Hip-hop artist, husband, father. You know what I'm saying? My guy, man, Peter Prophet. What's up with you, bro?
What's going on, brother? I appreciate you having me on.
Man, not much, man. You know, just working and everything, man. I appreciate you coming on. You know what I'm saying? I do all my shows kind of the same. So we just, you know what I mean? I don't really do like a question type of thing. I just kind of just, you know what I'm saying? Whatever comes to me, I ask you. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm an advocate for mental health, bro. So first and foremost, I just want to ask how you doing today. And how have you been able to kind of, you know what I mean, get through the pandemic and everything, just move around with all this craziness going on?
I'm having a real good day today. Everything's been going on a whole lot smoother. Like with the actual day-to-day work that I do, it's become a whole lot less strenuous than it was beforehand. So a lot of my days are a whole lot easier and stress-free. And as far as the pandemic goes, I mean, mainly just trying to stay creative, having to make some money and take care of stuff. I took maybe 7, 8 vacations last year. So
Word.
you know what I'm saying?
So you was out.
yeah. Yeah, and then not to mention I picked up my gun hobby and everything. So like, I mean, granted, like I've always had guns and stuff like that, but it's like when the pandemic came, we for what I do for work, I still had to go to work.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Everything is shut down and hell, I ain't had nothing to spend no money on but booking flights and copping pipes. So
Word, that's what's up. So what do you do, man? Like when you do have one of those days where it's like, you know what I'm saying, things are just like too much, maybe like what do you do to decompress?
well, thankful enough, my wife, she's come to a point to where she kind of understands that I need time to decompress. Sometimes she gives me too much time to decompress.
Mm.
Like hell, I got a man cave or whatever. I'm sitting on one side of it. So I'll come downstairs and I'll chill out and yeah, you know, I smoke. So I might have one of these, might have a glass of wine, who knows? I still play video games a little bit. Um, mainly just I think just trying to keep in my mental that things ain't as bad.
Yeah.
And I'm the one that's supposed to maintain everything. So I think with that, I'm a little bit more mindful of my mental because I feel like mine has to be the strongest out of everybody's. So I got to make sure that I'm paying attention to it to make sure I don't fall apart, being that everybody is on my back.
Word. I can dig it, man. So let's get into your music a little bit. So
Okay.
You know, for people that do know you, they know that you were a part of a group. You know what I'm saying? GTC, Grind Time Central.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all made a lot of noise. You know what I'm saying? You're very humble about that, but y'all made a lot of noise. In the
I
state
wasn't
of
humble
Ohio.
at the time, though. And everybody thought I was an asshole. I didn't even feel like I was that much of an asshole.
Like y'all made a lot of noise in the state of Ohio, as well as, man, just period everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And but you know what they always say, that people always had that thing where they say, man, groups never work. You know what I mean? So what would you say, you know, kind of made you go solo? Would you say it was just creative differences, or was it just time for you to take a different journey?
I mean, it was creative differences, but I wouldn't necessarily say creative differences. I mean, you can kind of say that being that we're artists, but we're kind of just like pieces of art. The way my painting was developing, it wasn't gonna complete with us staying together because hell, he was in a different space, I was in a different space. So it started to kind of come out in the music that we was trying to make, and or hell, the effort of actually completing music and putting it out was kind of falling by the wayside
Mm-hmm.
because of who we were turning into as individuals. So we couldn't necessarily, I ain't gonna say get along, but we just couldn't make everything mesh and have the same desire to put the shit out. Like hell, we did grind music too. You know what I'm saying? It was banging. It was probably better than grind music one. But we were so before we did that project, we probably came up with like 5 names to that project before we actually just said, you know what, fuck it, let's call it grind music too and XYZ. And then by that point, we was already exhausted. So if like hell, I remember you one of the ones that found it. Like it's funny because Jay Lee he leaked it. Like
Oh, he was the one that leaked it.
yeah, we had gave up on the whole GTC shit was over with. And Jay Lee, he just put all these songs together and leaked them. And like, hell, it's still on SoundCloud to this day. I'll be listening to it sometimes like, damn, this shit was banging.
Yeah,
I mean, the quality sounds terrible because they all pre-production songs that we
right.
never really went to fully put into fruition. But hell, if we mix some of them songs today, we'd be shitting on niggas right now.
That's a fact, because it don't, like, if you go back and listen to it, it don't sound dated at all either.
Like, nah, that was the one thing. That's the one thing about our music. Like hell, I ain't gonna say we created it, but our sound is one of the sounds that's prevalent now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't want to say like, well, we created that sound or our sounds is one of the sounds that played into that. Because hell, we were minuscule on the grand scheme of things, but at the same time, like The type of shit that we was on then is what you're hearing now, with a lot less emo shit going on with it.
Right. And people don't know too, man. Like y'all actually was cool with Machine Gun Kelly, man. Like, you know what I mean? Talk a little bit about, you know what I'm saying, the type of relationship y'all had before you blew up.
Oh shit. What that was basically how did we meet Machine Gun Kelly? So I think it might have been 2008, and we were doing the Ohio Hip Hop Awards showcase, and what's the one in Dayton? I think it might have been the one in Dayton.
The
And he
one
came
on the west side over there, that club that they had open. I can't remember the name of it. I know what you're talking. I was there.
Yeah, damn, what the fuck was it?
He
I can't
came
think of the
down, one of
club.
his homeboys. They did a
Yeah,
routine
Slim.
where they were
Slim,
dancing. Yeah.
the one that's with him to
Yeah.
this day. But basically, like shit, he showed his ass and they won the showcase that night. So like they had our respect just based off that and stuff, whatever. So then we get to tapping in with everybody that's part of the hip hop awards because you know, we was in with Mo and Skano and like they was like the Dayton ambassadors for the hip hop awards. So of course, like they gonna push us to the forefront. And then when they pushed us to the forefront, the people up in Cleveland, Cincinnati, this, that, whatever, they hear Grind Till I Get It and they fucking love it. So then that's what kind of started to get us spread around with everybody. So when we go up there, we actually meet MGK and them because I think we might have said something to them after they did that performance. But like when we went up to Cleveland, oh man, it was love. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was crazy. Right. The only drawback I think from that situation was that like hell, I remember we was at this panel and I'm not sure if niggas remember them, but it was a group called Beat Gang, the niggas from Cincinnati.
Yep.
And
I
I
remember.
think they beat us out for group of the year before or whatever like that. Like their music wasn't better than ours, but
It was all
hell, I
that shit
mean,
was politics anyway, man. Some of
nah,
it.
it wasn't even politics. It's just money. Like hell, they had the bag behind them. So the DJ that was behind them, he basically said this in front of a panel. It was kind of cringe worthy, but a nod at the same time. Cause like, so we in this whole building full of who's who in Ohio hip hop XYZ. And he says like, if GTC has the budget, they take off ahead of everybody. They out of here. They the
Damn.
fuck out of here. If they have the budget, we didn't have the budget. And then motherfucking, so I mean, granted, like I don't want to speak down on the B gang niggas shit because they shit wasn't bad or nothing like that, but they didn't have the talent.
Yeah.
Or some didn't work because they had the money.
Mm.
You know what I mean? MGK case, it was just hell. He came along at a perfect shit was just perfect. Now, granted, he worked his ass off for him. I didn't see them motherfuckers do the ultimate sacrifices that I wasn't necessarily willing to do. And like shit, you could tell from meeting dude, he was adamant about what he was gonna become. Like, you know what I'm saying? They put the leg work down to go to all the schools, make their fans, then all their fans graduated high school, went off to these colleges and started to spread the word even more. And then during this time, we still kind of cool and shit. And I think this is like right before Lace Up came out or something like that. And actually, the person that directed Grind Till I Get It video, he directed one of MGK's video. MGK made us use dude.
Word.
Like we sit in his basement. He had just finished this video called like Wonderland, and he was working on songs to the Lace Up project. And he was having Slim try out hooks because he was trying to get singers on certain songs or whatever. And then we did a couple songs XYZ, and yeah, he showed us the Wonderland video, and he's like, yeah, y'all got to use dude. Da-da-da-da-da. So then, like maybe 2-3 months later, we had Giuseppe Palumbo in a helicopter in Dayton with a camera hanging out of helicopter.
Damn, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. So you think that's what it was? Pretty much like the budget is what maybe, you know what I mean, stopped y'all.
I mean, it was our will. Like our budget was one thing, but granted, like our shit was undeniable. We just didn't go hard enough. That's the top and bottom of it for real. Like, hell, had we went hard enough, we would have did exactly what we was supposed to do. Because regardless of whether or not Grind Till I Get It would have been a huge hit, it would have opened up some doors to the next shit. Because like honestly, Grind Till I Get It is one of our weakest songs when it comes to actual talent wise and creativity. It's just catchy as fuck.
Yeah, Grind Till I Get It, it's still the shit. But my like from y'all, I can't. What was the name of that first mixtape y'all dropped? The very first one where y'all was standing in front and
in front of the colors with the We Got tracks.
Yeah. Yeah. Bro, where's it at? You got it still? I need that.
I literally just gave my copy to Jay Lee. Jay Lee got it.
Damn.
It's right. It's how that moves in a drawer in the studio.
Tell that nigga to burn me a copy of that, bro. I need it.
Oh yeah, that shit banging though. Like hell, that's a little cringeworthy too, because like hell, that was our first project, so we were still kind of lying a little bit in the music. So it's a little bit of bullshit on there, but it's still a bunch of creativity and some dope ass songs for real. Like hell, I'm lightweight Saudi. I gave him the CD. I'm about to go snatch it back for real.
Yeah, man, that shit, bro. To me, I remember when y'all was in the mall and y'all was selling them. And I had to get one.
And that's funny. You remember that? I don't even remember selling them at the mall. I just remember
the Dayton Mall, bro. We ran
was
into
on
y'all.
That shit so
yeah,
that shit was so crazy. Like hell, that shit. We was selling CDs like it was literally a job. Like we was paying our rent and all that type of shit. Like
damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, that went on for like 2 years. Well, I felt like such a bum because I ain't had no job at XYZ, but it's like shit, bills was getting paid.
Yeah. So y'all ended up actually getting together, starting to do the group because what was it? Mo made the first beat, right?
Well, no, Mo made the first beat that actually like took off. And it was a song
Chevy
called
Dance.
Clean.
Oh, Clean.
No, Clean.
Okay.
And Clean ain't even the best song, but hell, how Clean came about, basically we was mixing it was our first EP. It was called Rap Traffic. That was the first EP with Mo. And we had a whole like 6 or 10 hour block or something like that. And I got tired. Like at this point, I really didn't have the dedication to sit in the studio and bullshit with niggas. Like I didn't want to be on that for real. Like I'd rather just make the music and get the fuck on. Like I wasn't trying to sit in mixing sessions and all that. So like I'm bored. I didn't went to sleep, passed out. I wake up, these niggas talking about, oh, it's clean. It's clean. Da 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 da. And then motherfucking, I go back to sleep. I wake back up. These niggas working on a beat, and motherfucking shit. They like that nigga clean, ain't he? And then I don't know. I think I really woke up out of my sleep like, hey, you can't tell me shit. And motherfucking, it turned into a song. And like we hated the song for real, but Mo loved it. I think he loved it because he made the beat. R.I.P. Mo, that's my dog.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Mo.
Motherfucking,
it wasn't my most favorite beat, but like shit, it worked. So I gave Mo more of a reason to fuck with us and put more of a push on our shit because it's like, oh, boom, I made the beat. So we getting like all these different placements of it elsewhere. And I think, who was it? I think Ike B and was it Reggie B's? Was that who it was on the radio? I think that was his name.
I know it was Ike
like,
B.
Yeah, but I'm talking about on the 102.9 side. Like, I think it was Reggie B's because he started playing our shit on like a 4:00 mix show or some shit like that. And like, motherfuckers was mad, boy. They're like, bro, how niggas get on the radio midday though? And
that's crazy though.
I'm like, radio shorty. Like, I'm talking big shit. But I mean, at the time, it seemed like we was just on the up and up and up and up. Like everything was going smooth. We was trying to change the game as we was doing shit. Like, I mean, we kind of was doing some shit to take steps and be ahead of the game and a bunch of shit. Like hell, we did the GTC TV way before any of this shit on Instagram, TikTok, like all these skits and all these people that's making big money off this shit. We did that shit.
Right.
As artists. Like put a whole show together that ain't had nothing to do with our music to showcase our music. which was dope as fuck. Like if you go back and watch some of that shit now, if we put some of that shit into production with just these cell phone cameras now, you'd be like, damn, okay, that was funny as fuck.
And y'all had, man, y'all was part of, y'all had like a power click too, man.
1913.
1913, yeah, man.
The flood.
Yeah. I mean, powerful, full of, you know what I'm saying, talented artists, man, period.
We was them guys. I mean, honestly, how 1913 came about, like, actually it was Jaylee and Peso's idea. But basically they just wanted to have a conglomerate of like all of who they felt like was the top artists. And basically it was really just everybody in our circle. Everybody just so happened to be dope or working on dope shit at the same time. Even if we wasn't like in the same direct closed circle, it'd be like, okay, well, hell. At the time I'm real cool with No, but I don't know Flam that well. So so Flam's all automatically lumped in with No. So like I automatically end up getting cool with him based off that relationship. But that's what brings him into the 1913 thing, because him and No is together, and then they fool with JR and Sleeko. And at the time, JR was working on Schedule 1, and like Schedule 1 was like, that's probably one of the best, if not the best project to come out of the city.
I still got that motherfucker.
It's a banger. It's a banger. Like,
yeah,
I mean, he sucks and everything, but it's a banger. It's a banger.
Word. So, you know, like, what do you think happened with that? You know what I'm saying? Because half of them niggas don't even talk to each other no more.
Sure. Egos, man. We all got egos, and we don't know how to fully control them. I mean, hell, like some of them niggas, I think they just well, I guess pride and ego is one and the same. Like, it's just some ego shit. Like,
yeah,
I really can't explain. Like, it's hard for a nigga to like really turn on me, or it ain't too many instances to where it's some people to where you be like, oh well, shit, I don't fuck with P no more.
Yeah, that's a fact. I don't never hear that. Yeah, I don't never hear nobody say that.
But I mean, like, hell, everybody ain't like me. I mean, people be having differences and they can't talk them out, or they don't choose to talk them out, or whatever the case may be. The crazy thing about it is that, hell, I'm still cool with all these motherfuckers, which kind of sucks sometimes, because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you be in the middle of shit to where it's like, bro, I'm not going to be in the middle of this. But I mean, you know, that shit come with the game as far as being cool. Like, hell, it wouldn't matter if this was dating or if I was on. It'd be the same shit. Like, I'd fuck around and be cool with Jay and Ye at the same time when they was be, you know what I'm saying? Like,
facts.
It'll be like that. And like, that's one thing, as me getting older, I've come to the realization that like, I can't let anything another person has going on with another person deter or fuck with the relationship that I have with a person based off what we got going.
Right.
Like, okay, well, if somebody say something to you or say something about you, like, that's on you to work out with that person. Cause hell, like, I can see if they said it to me and I didn't necessarily say something to you, or sometimes, like, hell, sometimes I hear shit that I don't necessarily be wanting to hear, and they be like, all right, well, if you ain't gonna tell that nigga that, ain't no need to telling me that.
Right.
So, but ultimately, I think it's mainly just the egos, niggas. Yeah, I don't know. Niggas love each other too much.
Yeah, it'd be like that, man. I mean, shit. Sometimes when you make moves and you going in a different direction, everybody can't come with you.
That's and then I mean, shit, that's just a part of evolution. Sometimes evolution causes erosion. Some people can't motherfucking, they have to get molded out of the situation. So I mean, I think I'm luckily one of the people to where I just never had to go through that. Nobody can really rattle me like that. And if so, like, hell, we gotta talk about it, or we gotta fight about it, or we gotta shoot about it, whatever. And I don't know. I think that's one of the reasons why I don't end up having a whole bunch of problems or anything like that. Because it's like, for one, I'm an agreeable guy,
Yeah.
but for two, I'm gonna see about whatever you're trying to see about.
Right.
So however we gonna take it is however we gonna take it. Like, granted, I love life. I want to see tomorrow like everybody else do. Damn it, I die trying to prove whatever I gotta prove. If you feel that you can prove me something different.
Word. So
But
let's
well, go ahead.
now go ahead. Go aad.
Nah, go ahead.
Because you had a thought. You had a thought. I ain't, you know what I'm saying?
No. I was just gonna say, but I mean, it's always all love. Like, hell, I still feel like that group is some of the best talent to actually be accumulated. Like, even though we didn't get to do like a 1913 like a collaboration project or anything like that. Actually, Flam was one of the ones that pointed this shit out to me. Like, hell, how we probably kept that shit going. We could have been like how these Detroit niggas is, like Peasy, Vezo, Babyface Ray, the Dame Dot nigga, this, that, whatever. Like, I had no clue that all these niggas started together.
Damn, I didn't either. You just you telling me that. I didn't know that either.
Bruh, like and that's the thing, like shit, when me and Fee getting cool, like hell, I'll be sitting over at this nigga's house. That's the one thing about bro. Like, he's a fucking genius. He'll sit and really study the, like, you got on the hat, fuck the rap game, but this nigga knows about the rap game enough to say fuck it. Like, he literally studies this shit. So he like, bro, I mean, just look at this shit. And I'll be looking at it like, because sometimes I won't be paying all the way attention, but then it's like, damn, bro, he really just showed me a video of Peasy, Icewear, Vezo, and they splitting a bottle of lean. They sharing blunts and just that, whatever. Like, I mean, granted, these niggas got some money, but these niggas fucked up compared to what they are now.
Yeah.
And they all there together. But it's like, now that we see them now, they all standing big by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Which means
like,
they can come together and make some shit if they want to, whenever they want to.
If they wanted to. And it don't even matter if they don't.
Yeah.
That's the dope thing about that shit. Like, I think we could have got to that point. Like, in our case, it was consistency. Hell, a motherfucker like JR was so talented. He couldn't. I don't think he got the dopamine effect enough for him to keep making music, to keep his interest in making the high level music that he was making. Cause, like, I mean, shit, everything that nigga's ever made has been damn near fire. Like, it ain't been too much of nothing that I ain't liked from that nigga. And he's an asshole. Like, that's like my little brother. Like, I'll actually beat JR up. I hope you see
man,
this.
you know what the crazy thing about JR, bro? Like, I don't know him personally. I just know him from the, you know what I'm saying, just being, the probably #1 producer in the city. And you know what I'm saying, at the time. And then, but I never heard nothing good about him, bro. I always heard some messed up stories that he done to people, or, you know what I'm saying, giving people the same beats, and always heard some messed up stuff.
Even in that though, you got to look at it like this, bro. Like, bro was ahead of the game for real. Like, motherfucking, he was doing that shit before SoundClick got to really popping like that. And you know what I'm saying? Now we snatching beats off YouTube and shit like that. So what's the difference? Like, hell, I remember when it'd be like motherfucking hell, Chaos might have the same beat, X might have the same beat. Motherfuckers would be telling us like, oh well, y'all should have just did this song together, or da 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 da. And granted, like, I can feel, bro, motherfucking making a beat tape or a beat CD, and then you give it to a nigga and he think that he got all 12 of these beats. And he ain't about to pay you for all 12 of them. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact, yeah.
And this nigga make beats or whatever. So motherfucking, like, I understand that part of exclusivity and leasing and shit like that. Like, he was ahead of the game with that. Has he done some bullshit before? Yeah. But I mean, we all have.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. In JR's case, bro, like, I could never speak that ill on my nigga for real. Like, shit, I spoke at that nigga's wedding. Motherfucking, I know his mama, his daddy, all that shit. Like, stand-up individuals. You know what I'm saying? So in his case, like shit, I got nothing but love for my nigga. I hate it if he was on the outside of the rim or something like that. Sometimes pussy get fucked. It be like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like shit, I can't tell you from a place of hate. Like I ain't got nothing but love for that nigga.
For sure.
So like all them stories and shit like that shit that they like I said beforehand, what you got going on with a motherfucker ain't got nothing to do with what I got going on with a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
I love JR.
Yeah.
Like I got genuine love for that nigga.
Yep.
And I'll swing on him. But I'll swing on my brother too. So.
For sure. Brothers fight all the time, man. That's the way it go. Let's get into
go ahead.
Let's get into some of your influences, bro. When it comes to like, you know, if you're trying to get motivated for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? You're like, damn, I want to start this project, but I need something to get me, you know, then just get my gears moving. Like what you listening to?
That it don't work for me that way. I just got motivated like a couple of days ago, like kind of got me real hyped to the point to where like, bro, I was in the car listening to beats. I came up with something. I was so hyped about it. I started yelling like, let's fucking go. These motherfuckers got me fucked up. And mainly like, so we got a group chat with moves, right? It's that whatever. And I always ignore it because I mean shit. Half the shit I don't be interested in. A bunch of shit like I hate group chat conversation because it just be too much. You look down and you got 60 fucking text messages. I hate that shit. So most of the time I ignore it. But Kendrick just dropped the hardest shit, right? So
talk about that right there, boy.
These niggas is going crazy and shit over the shit. Granted, like this shit is fucking fire, but it's like in my mind, I've been at this level for like the past year or two. So it's like, bro, y'all niggas ain't been listening to any of this shit. And then motherfucker, they get talking about how crazy the video is. I'm like, bro, who the fuck are y'all talking to about video? Like, y'all niggas got me fucked up. Like, granted, I understand this shit is dope. I just don't have that budget. But what the fuck are we talking about here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then it's like, I damn near feel like I gotta shoot these niggas in the head with something.
Oh man,
because to the teeth, like shit, to the teeth came from me just buying guns. Like nigga, every time I bought a gun, I made a song.
Yeah, I was going before we get to the teeth. Let's talk about your the two projects.
Talk about the other projects
that you that you came out with like first. You know what I'm saying? So you dropped what was it? Broken Scales first, or was it Half Boot? Now
you gotta have a taste before the wait.
Yeah. Now Broken Scales though, like that should have I had a few of my joints on there. It had Millions, Breakfast,
one of my favorites.
Blues. That nigga, like when I heard y'all niggas drop the Blues, bro, I was like, these niggas got another one.
That should be so funny though, because I know like Slim don't really be wanting to get on my shit like that. Like motherfucking that nigga, if it's some notoriety, he wants to be a part of it, damn it.
Yeah.
That nigga do not want to motherfucking just be the feature guy. Like, and that's one thing that I always tell niggas, like, bro, what I always tell you, you like, bro, you think we can get some or something? Said, bro, if he don't like it, he not even gonna respond to you.
Yeah.
Or he not gonna like motherfucking, but that's just how he is. Cause like hell, bro, you wouldn't believe how many songs I sent that nigga that he just, yeah, it's cool. Da-da-da-da-da. But it's like hell, I've been in a group with that nigga, so I know shit that he's gonna love. So when I did the Blues, I'm like, oh yeah, he gonna love this. Let me just go ahead and finish the song.
So was you like you dropped two CD, you dropped two projects in 1 year, like
yeah, I was on some DMX shit, but I mean they was short, like hell, for real, bro. Like honestly, if everything goes as planned, I'll drop like 3 more projects this year. At least.
Damn.
At least. I mean, I know I got 2 for sure coming for sure.
2
like,
more?
For sure. For sure. For sure.
So let's do Broken Scales first. Broken Scales, what's some of your favorite joints on that one?
I honestly
and where were you mentally too? double question. When you were making that, because I know like I can tell that you were in different spaces. You know what I'm saying? Every project. This one, this to the teeth, we're gonna get to that one, but this one you was kind of like you was putting your flag in the sand, like y'all niggas ain't fucking with me.
Well, with Broken Scales, first I gotta talk about the Half Boot.
Yeah.
Cause like the Half Boot was like, I think that was the most organic project of me. I had all these songs. Like I had like 100 songs. And I'm like, all right, well, I need to put together a playlist. Da 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 da. So I kind of narrowed it down to about maybe 15 songs. And I've been shooting the shit to Jay Lee, and they had just started moves or whatever. And like he just like, so what you trying to do, bro? You trying to get back out here or da 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 da? And I'm like, I don't know, bro. He's like, bro, this shit dope. Same conversation we had when GTC came out. Like, bro, this shit dope. What is y'all doing? Why is we? I'm like, all right, fuck it. Let's put it out. So he's like, all right, well, shit, start your process. X, Y, Z, da 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 da. So I start narrowing down the playlist and shit, and I'm trying to come up with a name. I can't think of a name at first. Like, what was I gonna call it? At first, I was gonna call it. I was just gonna call it IMP or something like that, or what's the other shit that I had? And then one day, I'm sitting there breaking some weed up. I'm just like, bro, the Half Boot. What the fuck? Like, it was like an epiphany. All my shit didn't been like that though. Like honestly, when I was sitting there and I thought about the Half Boot, I was breaking up some weed. I might have been weighing up some weed and I'm like, bro, that's fucking genius right there.
Facts. The artwork was classic.
Artwork was, man, that shit. And I know he ain't gonna agree, but shit, to me, that's one of TJ's hardest paintings ever. Like, I mean, granted, it's my likeness, motherfucking. It's right here, matter of fact.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
I'm in the stars and galaxies, breaking up the world into a blunt shell.
Yeah,
about to smoke your reality.
That's crazy.
Then Broken Scales is right here. My bad for the coughing and shit, but
and now you good, bro.
Yeah, but like with the Half Boot, it was more or less like it came off so hip hopish without even trying to. Like it was damn near like I came back on some J. Cole shit. He like, well, bro, is this your style now? Like, but then it's like what a lot of people don't realize is that I'm a music chameleon. Like you were saying influences, but my influences vary so much. Like it's crazy. Hell, if I really sat on this computer and got to going through songs and ideas, you'd be like, okay, so I don't know what type of rapper to call you or what type of artist to call you. Because hell, like, I mean, I got the oldest rap influences you might be able to name. Like, hell, I got rock influences, music influence. Like, I mean, well, not music influences, but movie influences. Like, I'm a fucking sponge of what they call it, pop culture. Well, not what is it? Well, it is pop culture, but I'm pretty damn trivial.
Yeah,
so a bunch of stuff stays with me. I was born in one of the greatest musical periods ever, and I absorbed a lot of that shit.
Word.
So I think like my influences, I believe damn near everybody is an influence to me. Because I'm telling you, bro, like I have records that like shit that I'm even afraid to play to the world. That's banging though.
Do you remember I think the first shit you sent me, I think it was like Facebook just came out. You sent me like a
I'm always sending a nigga.
It was like a story, bro. But you did like
Oh, the John T. Band story.
Yeah.
That shit was like 7 tracks. And that was what, 06, 07?
Yeah. I remember that shit because I remember you sent that to me. I was like, damn, this shit hard.
Yeah, and that was like my second time doing that. But that's what I used to like. I used to be so into crafting my art, and like I had different types of flows. Like, I had a flow set to where it was just like only stories and shit like that. I called it what was I calling myself? Shakespeare with a pen, Edgar Allan Polo.
Edgar Allan
What
Polo.
what the fuck else was I calling myself? Because like I was doing a bunch of stories and just schematic writing for real, like just trying to think outside the box. Like hell, I'm chasing Wayne on the mixtape raps to where it's like, all right, well, I need to be able to snap like how you snapping off on We Taking Over and XYZ and show me what you got. Like I have versions of these to where I'm hitting with Wayne, fuck what everybody else was saying on like it's like and the bars are there.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like hell, I found a CD the other day. I'm like, damn, bro, I was rapping like this then. Am I even still this good? like granted, I can express it better now because I know my flow, the style, whatever, but like the type of shit that I was attempting then,
Crazy.
man, if I can go back and get like my second through maybe fifth computer, and if I had all that music, like the creativity that's actually on it, fucking bananas.
So
But yeah, I think I've always tried to push some type of envelope musically in what I'm working on. And everybody don't always get it.
yeah.
Even though I'll be wanting everybody to get it, but it's like everybody ain't gonna have the same influence that I have to love something the way that I do.
That's a fact. So when you dropped Broken Scales, what was the goal that you was trying to get from from the people? Like, was it you was just listening for a certain type of like where were you at?
Well, Broken Scales was me.
It sounded real soulful to me. I could be wrong.
Well, it was just me showcasing that I can make songs. It was kind of like proving that I didn't need Slim to be catchy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because like that's one of the biggest misconceptions that came from the group shit was just that like, right, well shit, every hook that Slim song, he must have came up with it or he making all they shit. That's why they shit sound like this. And then I come up with the Half Boot and it sounds hip hopish and then it's kind of feeding into that narrative that like, all right, well Slim might have been the one coming with the bangers XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no, I'm cooking this shit too. All the while these hip hop beats is coming through, like nigga, I remember when I made millions, boy. It's a performance that I did at Blind Bob's where I'm dancing like a motherfucker. Nigga, I was dancing like that when I made that motherfucker. Like, that exact ran out of breath and everything. Like, and you know what I'm saying? Just, I mean, I guess it is soulful because I really felt that way. You know what I'm saying? Granted, I didn't have 100 bands. I didn't have a million, but shit. I mean, I felt like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you couldn't tell me I wasn't on in no stadium or nothing like that when I made this shit. So
Word.
that's why it sounds like how it does. What's another one from that? Like Body. The song Body. Body is a bona fide smash. Like I just honestly like I was going through some shit when Broken Scales came out to where like I really couldn't put the focus on that project the way that I wanted to. And I mean shit, like hell, the moves lens wasn't really on me at the time either. So it's like they probably looking at shit with shit. If his head kind of fucked up or he ain't all the way focused, we ain't gonna focus on the shit either. So the project kind of fell by the wayside, but it's a fucking banger. Like
yeah, it is, bro.
I be trying to stay humble about shit or go through shit because like I don't be feeling like my shit be the people make me feel like sometimes like my shit don't measure up to everything else that's out or whatever. But like, and sometimes I buy into that. or like I'll stop listening to something, but like when I just revisited Broken Scales not too long ago, I was fucking amazed. Like, bruh,
Yeah.
you are a monster. Like, really, like, and then hell, I could only do one video off of it because at the time I was really only shooting videos with Peso because he was the only one that I really trusted with my vision.
Mm-hmm.
And he was down in Atlanta, so it was hard for me to get to Atlanta. So all my videos fell by the wayside except for the one video that I did shoot. That was damn near like a mini movie. But that
That's a
just
fact.
goes to show the level of the way shit would have went had I actually been on my shit.
Yeah, I wish if you, man, I thought you was gonna make a video for this is for my brother. That shit
Bro,
would have been.
I had a dope ass like that. You know them events where they do the suits and the suit march or whatever. I was gonna
Yeah.
do something like that, but not necessarily that. But it was gonna be something of that magnitude. Like niggas weren't gonna be marching and nothing like that. I ain't trying to split up my suit or nothing like that. But you feel me? Like that was that. I was gonna do some of the brothers. I wanted to do a body video. Shit, the blues. I was gonna do that shit like a Christmas Carol with the Scrooge shit. Cause they and this is how I know like this prophet shit be so real, bro. Cause at the time when I did the blues, you know what I'm saying? It's like damn near right after the half boot come out. This might be summertime, XYZ. So when I start coming up with the idea, I come up with this idea, the Scrooge Christmas Carol idea. Motherfucking Disney starts dropping the live action version. It's coming out that December. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
But this type of shit happens to me. That's why, like, hell, bro, I don't even know how I started calling myself Peter Prophet all them years ago. But like, this should be ringing true. The only thing that ain't happening is me getting rich and and the notoriety yet. But
Bro, you know what's funny?
Yeah.
My first rap name was Prophecy.
I remember.
And then I said,
that.
you know what? I just started calling myself Killer. Fuck it.
I do remember that.
Just call me Killer. That's it.
Because I was wondering too, like, damn, I hope we don't come to a head one day.
Brother had so many rap names, bro. It's crazy. For real. So
I ain't gonna lie, mine's pretty much stayed the same. Well, it started off as Polo. Then I think where Peter Prophet came in was like from Polo, but the Polo P. And I probably said P is for the Prophet a couple times.
Yeah, you have said that.
And there it is. Here we are.
Facts. Last but not least, man, to the teeth. I feel like you were making a statement. The vibe that I felt, like I said, was like you was just like, yo, I'm the best lyricist, like period. Like niggas ain't fucking with me.
Nah. Not even on to the teeth ain't even that. But shit, we gonna really talk about all this shit. Cause like we didn't really talk about the half boot either. Like, cause I done did a couple podcasts or whatever, and sometimes we tend to miss certain shit. So we're gonna make sure we talk about everything.
For sure.
So like motherfucking the half boot had me nervous about coming back out by myself because that was my first thing by myself. So it's like even the first piece of music that I put out, like the Go Talk, it had Slim on it. But at the same time, it's like artistically, I'm telling y'all a story without telling y'all a story. So the Go Talk was like essentially I knew I have some more shit, but like this is like, all right, well, this is how I left y'all with the GTC type shit. And if you watch the video, it's all in black and white until I get to Slim. Yeah. And then he starts singing, and then it comes back into color. Well, what that symbolizes is basically like me just walking down that path of GTC and telling that story. And then when he comes in, it's like boom. But when I walk up and walk past him, that story is, and it turns back into color. And if you see that as he stops singing, like motherfucking, he looks back at me, but then he walks the other way. And it's kind of like a thing of us going our own separate ways.
Right.
and it's a subtle story of energy in it, but you know what I'm saying? I ain't really want to point it out as much as just having that out there. And then like when I did the To the Top video, like to me that was clever as fuck. Now granted, I felt like in hindsight I put too much of the Tupac clip at the beginning of the video, but to have my son in there is like a younger me watching that shit the day that Tupac got died, the day that Tupac got killed or whatever. Cause like hell, I still remember sitting around because that shit that I had put in there, that shit that like I had recorded on VHS tapes and shit from when he had actually died or whatever. And then to do the video right in front of the Kettering Towers before it ain't even the Kettering Towers no more. I got a verse from No. Ain't nobody got a No verse in 10, forever. 12 years.
He won't step out for nobody.
and he went fucking crazy.
Yeah, he did for sure. That's the truth.
And then it was just like the love that I got from the Half Boot was crazy. Like I didn't expect it at all. I was real nervous because like I knew I didn't have a whole bunch of GTC sound and shit. Like I dabble with some sounds like hell. Certain shit just even sound a little old. Like the song "Ironically Violent." I said some shit like, damn, I took some a line from Tupac from Violent at the end, like, damn, it's the second verse, and then at the end, it's something from Tupac's very first album that I took from it. Just cause like the song is kind of about police brutality a little bit. It just don't seem like it as much because of how I posed the song. The song Etiquette. A song strictly about survival. Sitting in the middle of the jungle and niggas trying to get it. Like it's just a story of navigating and kind of, but it's still a cool story of like, all right, well, I got my chick with me and this is the talk that impressed her. And you know what I'm saying? Like it's a player navigation.
Right.
Lazy Genies. The idea of the song for what it is just more or less like our brains are lazy genies. You know what I'm saying? Like your wish is your command, but for the most part, all that shit stay up here because we don't do the work. We too lazy. You know what I'm saying? We can see everything in our mind.
Right.
So that's why I kind of came up with that song concept, and just to be moving, and then like hell, to Just Believe, like that beat was just perfect to me.
So out of the three, you feel like the Half Boot is kind of like your baby?
I mean, it was debut. Like I think Broken Scales is probably the best song wise. To the Teeth is put together very well for a concept project.
It is.
And
why To the Teeth though? Why that the title?
I didn't know what I was gonna call it at first. One day I'm sitting down here. I think I probably got like I might have had my AR, a KSG, a couple pistols out. I'm just like, bro, why the fuck didn't I think of this shit before? To the T, bro, I ain't fucking turn. Like I go through these moments to where I really get excited over the shit that I'm doing, and motherfucking, it's like, all right, well, it makes perfect sense. Because I was thinking of like, all right, well, I got all these songs about firearms or pertaining to firearms. And that's one thing that I got to be careful about too. Because like, I'm an artist. I'm not no street nigga. I'm not no King Von and no shit like that. Like, granted, I'll shoot you, but I'm not motherfucking dissing you in no song and X, Y, Z. So like, I don't want to give off too much of an energy to where it's like, This shit just so happened to come along at the same time to where I'm buying a bunch of guns. Well, I'm getting the guns that I actually want.
Mhm.
You know, sometimes motherfucker will go buy a gun. You got a gun for protection. Yeah, you got you a gun. Like, all right, but now I have the guns that I want. Like, all right, well, you know, like they know me in the gun store. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I know. You remember when I came over and it was like, nigga, it was like, I mean, you had this big ass, like, I don't even know what it was. It looked like I guess it was like a safe. I was
Oh
like,
yeah, you
dang,
did see the same. Oh
yeah.
yeah. Shit. I'm about to build me a room though.
Word.
Yeah, but To the Teeth was very well put together. Honestly, To the Teeth was going to be a full length project. I cut it down a lot.
Mm.
Like I had two chick songs that I cut off of it. I had a sing songy song that I cut off of it, and then there was another song that I cut off of it. And I was just like, I don't know why. I just felt like I was gonna keep it at 8 tracks, just like I did the first two. I mean, just cause it's like
Yeah, keep the same. Yeah, you might as well
I,
keep the same.
I don't know. I didn't feel like if I make a full length project, like I want it to be as banging as I wanted it to be. Like
Mhm.
granted, the shit would have been as banging as it would have been, but like I feel like I want that to be more because that's damn near like an album to me. Like I ain't gonna lie, shit. My next shit, like
I already know. I already
yeah,
know.
like,
That's what
like
um quick question about To the Teeth.
okay.
C Money. How you get C Money on that song?
C Money, being that I'm an old fucker, C Money looks up to me. So you know what I'm saying? Like
That nigga, he
grind till I
talented,
get it.
boy. He talented.
Talented is an understatement.
Yeah.
Um, I was surprised that you know what I'm saying that he even fucked with a record period. You know what I'm saying? The nigga hot. And nigga, I sent him the record like shit. You fuck with this, brother? Nigga sent it back with the verse.
That's crazy. That's love.
He ain't even respond to the text or nothing like that. Motherfucking, I'm just like, oh, okay, well, yeah, that's that. And honestly, that's just basically all off that like shit. Just from what I've previously done, having that type of respect.
Word.
And the crazy thing is that like I can't get that from everybody.
That's true.
But at the same time, I don't necessarily want that from everybody neither. I don't mix in on everybody's shit.
Mm-hmm. It'd be like that, especially here. You know what I'm saying? But
Well, I mean, you know, we so diverse in the sounds that we have. Like
yeah,
so granted, like motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that emo trap shit. I ain't gonna say I don't like it. I just don't I can't participate in making it. Cause you know that shit play a part sometimes. Feel me? It should be having its sketchy parts too. It might have you talking about hating some shit and you don't necessarily feel that way, but you just shit, that's what's stuck in your head at the moment.
that's true. So you said we're gonna get probably 2 or 3 more joints from you this year.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. What's next for you, man? Like, are you gonna start doing you gonna start directing videos for dudes in the city? Or I mean, if they want, because I feel like you can, it's a lot that you can do. You know what I'm saying?
There's a few people that I've been talking to about directing some stuff. I wrote a couple treatments for some people. It seems like a lot of stuff don't necessarily always go through, but I mean, it's cool because it gives me opportunity to kind of uh, process more. or you know what I'm saying, be able to materialize shit each time better as it comes along. So I think ultimately that's definitely something that I'm gonna have to get into because, of course, I'm getting older. So, motherfucking, once I get too old, all my raps, I'm not gonna stop rapping, but all my raps are gonna be like just bars after a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be the old nigga motherfucking talking about did I hold it? I'm just not. I'm just not.
Word.
It's gonna have to get a little bit more player. But I think directing is something that I definitely want to get into. Like, honestly, I've been telling myself that I want to try to write a movie myself. Only thing about that shit is for me is like I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I don't want it to mess it up.
Word. Nah, no doubt. So I know you know what I mean, we had a great podcast for sure, bro. Just talk to us a little bit about, you know what I mean, what you got coming up, you know what I mean? Give everybody your social media information so they can reach you. You know what I'm saying? If they want to hit you up, maybe, you know what I mean, see if about getting a feature, what your feature price is. The floor is yours, bro.
Hell, what I have coming as of now, I don't really have a bunch of performances coming up for real. I got one big one coming up. I'm doing the For Dating by Dating. That's June 11th. Shout out to K Carter on that. That's a pretty big deal. It's third year. It's the only hip hop festival around here.
At the
Where, you know what I'm
Riverscape?
saying?
That's the one you talking about?
Yeah. At Riverscape, yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Nah, but I'm doing that. I'm pretty sure I'm about to get thrown on a few more bills, being that the project just dropped. I'm debating on whether I'm gonna throw my own show or not. Like, I'm pretty sure I could put together a dope show. I just don't want to deal with no ego shit. So I might just I might just do my own damn show with just me.
I don't think you'll have to deal with well, I mean, you know.
I mean, hell, I'm able to get motherfuckers to kind of cooperate somewhat, but I don't know, man. Sometimes that shit don't even be worth it. But I am debating on whether or not if I do want to do some performances that I'm gonna set up myself. Basically, man, I mean, the main aim is just to stay consistent. Like, I'm not about to sit and give you a whole bunch of expectations of things that's gonna happen because I know what's gonna happen if I stay consistent. Like, if I keep feeding people music, I'm gonna start to get known and known more for what I do. People gonna you're gonna find your favorite whatever amongst my catalog, and like, I'm one of them, man. It's like it's gonna happen. I just gotta stick to it. That's always what it's always been. Like, I don't even care about like making it or nothing like that. Like, hell, if I stay consistent with this shit, it ain't gonna matter.
Yeah.
Like, if people feed off what I'm feeding, you know what I'm saying? Then shit, if that's enough for me, and they feed from it, hell, I'm gonna eventually start winning. Even if I never start winning, like, hell, it's too much talent not to put this shit out. At this point, it's kind of like my own personal Bible for real. So these are just moments that I can look back on and listen to when I'm old as hell.
That's a fact. What's the IG?
The IG is at Peter Prophet 937.
For sure. Twitter.
I don't really be on Twitter like that, but it's what is my Twitter? Let me make sure. I'm on the phone. I'm pretty sure it's Peter Prophet 937 too. I'm pretty sure it's Peter Prophet 937 for everything.
Word. YouTube also? YouTube everything, Peter Prophet.
YouTube, Xbox, all that shit.
For sure, man. Well, listen,
TikTok.
TikTok.
TikTok always be trying to block my shit though. Like to the teeth was the worst project to try to come to TikTok with.
Oh man, that's funny, man. Well, listen, bro, I appreciate you coming on, man. This was well overdue. We supposed to did this shit last year?
Oh yeah, I mean, I appreciate you bringing me on. Oh yeah, we can't forget though. Before we do wrap up, we skipped the body of work. You forgot I did the table flim.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be honest about that, bro. I ain't listen to it because I don't smoke, so I was like, man, I ain't gonna be able to.
Ah, you tripping, bro? See, now you gotta now
Now
you.
I'm gonna have to
I ain't
go
gonna
back and
leave.
listen. You know what I'm
Now I
saying?
ain't gonna leave you alone till you check it out. Like,
I'm gonna have
great.
to listen. I'm gonna have to listen too, because I was like, because you know what I'm saying. I thought it was like a 420 project. I'm like, probably you know what I mean, I don't smoke.
Nah, nigga.
All right, I'm gonna go back and
Yeah,
listen to it just because
yeah.
you
We
said
gonna we gonna
something.
talk about this. We gonna talk about this. We ain't got to talk about it, but we gonna talk about it.
For sure,
Yeah.
man. I'm gonna listen
All
to it
right,
though.
man.
That's my word. I'm gonna listen to the whole project. That's
All
my
right, bro.
word.
I appreciate you having me on. By the time you send me this link, I'm gonna ask you what that project sound like.
I got you. I'm gonna check it out tonight. That's my
All
word.
right, bet. I appreciate you again, brother.
All right,
For
bro.
real. Yes, sir.
I appreciate you too, man. Hey, y'all, this is my guy, Peter Prophet. You know what I'm saying? It's Happy Hour with Lito, and we out.